back to That Dad Guy. It is October the 8th, 2023, and it is a rainy, windy, kind of overcast day out there. But it is Canadian Thanksgiving, so any of you Canadians that happen to be watching, happy Thanksgiving. And for us, we're going to have our big family meal tomorrow. Just works out better with the schedules, with Ari and his work schedule, and you know, if it's rainy and windy, what if we lose the power? Wouldn't that be a mess for creating your Thanksgiving dinner? Anyways, so today instead, I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to write some postcards. We'll get the house cleaned up a little bit, preparation for tomorrow, and just relax on this nice long weekend. Yesterday, got out and did a nice walk in the woods with the fall colors, and so you'll get a chance to see that. Reminds me though, if you haven't had a chance to go and see my 1,000 subscriber thank you video, you should go do that, especially if you want to be a part of the giveaway. All you have to do is leave a comment on that video with the secret word, and then yeah, be a subscriber, and then good luck. This week I will do the draw for 3 people, and I've got some first aid covers, some souvenir sheets, and some used Canadian stamps too that I'll tag along in each of those envelopes to the winners. So good luck to you guys. Go ahead and go back, watch that video. While you're there, watch some of the other videos. The trip to the zoo we did recently, that was last weekend actually. You can see that, and some of the incoming postcards. Well, let's get to the outgoing postcards. Make sure you're a subscriber, like, leave a positive comment. Yeah, there's the whole monologue of things to... Yeah, let's get to today's video. That's kind of strange. Well, the first official one I have going out is going to Germany. And it says, "Hello, everybody from around the world. I'm a scientist from Germany. Nice to meet you. If you want to know what kind of person I am, imagine this nerdy woman sitting on a couch with her laptop, a cup of tea, a stash of chocolate. Maybe I'm doing something mathy. Maybe I'm reading a book. That's likely to be fantasy, romance, or advanced math. Not that there's much of a difference. Or listening to music from medieval, folk, classical, baroque music over rock and metal or ambient or electronica. I will listen to really anything. Maybe I'm playing music. Maybe I'm playing online chess. If I'm not at the computer, I'm probably painting. I love my watercolors. I do mainly botanical illustrations, fantasy art, and some illustrations for my own writing project. I also create self-made postcards when I get the impression that the recipient will be interested." So she's also interested in minerals and rocks, mathematics, geology, computers, anything science, just not the women in science cards because she already has the full collection of those. She likes sundials, which she's obsessed with. Wish I had a card about sundials. That would be the one to go, but I don't. Other than that, old technical devices, navigational or astronomical purpose tools. Likes old maps, star charts, chess. She's been playing chess in a club since she was a child, tournaments and all. Other games of strategy, fountain pens, which she collects, libraries, old books, figure skating, ice dance, soccer, music, manga, fantasy, tarot, ruins, fairy tales, folk art, mythology, traditional cloths, paper cuts, silhouette art, art by contemporary, Baldur's Gate 3, artistic nudes or erotica, any genre, but please send in an envelope, otherwise my family will be amused, really, but let's avoid it. So, political propaganda, political satire, military history, no worries, my interest is pure historical. Something you may like, maybe one of your hobbies, tell me about it. So she collects just about anything of any kind. So I decided to send, no, that was last week's gag. I'm not doing that this week. I'm sending this card. This is historical Miramichi, New Brunswick. And a reason why, the stone building, the architecture, I thought maybe she'd like a little bit of the history that's there. It also kind of has a video game-esque look to it in some of the video games she said she was interested in. Yeah, and it's just a nice old pub, so hopefully she will enjoy that. The next card is going to Michigan in the United States. And he starts off, "Please, please, please, when you send a card, write the name you wish to be called clearly and readably, I think legibly, so that you can use the name when he registers the card. Thank you for it. And thank you for it. Please do not use an envelope. I prefer cards that show up, that have come through the mail. Also, please rate nothing on the bottom centimeter of the card. So this section of the card here, because in the US they put a barcode across that, and sometimes it's really hard to read. Sometimes they put a piece of tape. The tape is great if it's a tape barcode because you could just peel it right off. But I understand where he's coming from, having received some of these cards as well from the US. She says he's 75 years old, a widower, a retiree, lives in Detroit, Michigan, where he's made his home since 1992. After living in Indiana, Iowa, Florida, Kansas, and New York. He's only a 30-minute drive from the Canadian border, so he's traveled quite a bit around Ontario, but he lives here with his pet dog, Vinny. He really likes postcards showing scenery, historic buildings, national monuments, outdoor markets. He doesn't like multi-view cards when their individual pictures are too small. He would like to see things clearly with his elderly eyes. He also dislikes cards that are trying to be cute. Unlike some members, he does not like tourist cards ever since he's not... No, unlike some members, he does like tourist cards because he hasn't traveled much other than in the US and in Ontario. So some very specific requests, of course, if you could, but it's no trouble if you can't, is if you have live in a visit or an area that has postcards showing synagogues, Holocaust sites, or other scenes of Jewish historical interest, he'd love to receive one. Also be particularly pleased if you are in areas such of his historical ancestral areas, such as cities and villages in Poland, Ukraine, and Belarus. And then he lists the cities as well. So I will leave that for people that live in those areas. I don't really have a lot of cards from that area anyway, but I do have some international cards. But it is nice to send a card that is from your country, that has a historical building. So I'm going to send this one here. This is the provincial legislature here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Well, not here, I'm in Moncton, but in New Brunswick. This is our Capitol building, so I'll send that. What I did like about this card that I had a hard time sending to anybody else was on the back it says Dear, and then I can put the person's name. It has a few facts about New Brunswick there, which are easily read, so he should be able to read a little bit about it. It does leave me a little bit of room right here to write a personal message as well, so that's why I picked that card. Something that he'll be able to read. It's a historical building for us. If he hasn't traveled to New Brunswick yet, then there's an option for him in the future. All right, my third card going out is going to Hong Kong, and she says her name is, well, we won't get into her name, but I'll say she loves cats, and she has since she was 3 years old. That's a big part to the card that I picked out for this. She does admin and research at a university, lives in Taiwan for a few years, took part in art management, traveled to Japan, Seoul, Sydney, Singapore, Malaysia, Israel, Jordan, and mainland China. One day wishes to get to Europe and North America after COVID is all done. She says some Hong Kong people I know migrate because of the current political situation. She loves cards that has to do with Christianity. She attends a Baptist church. She's into architecture, visual arts, museums, exhibitions, music, especially jazz and piano, natural landscapes, animals such as cats and giraffes, street photography, rare communists, North Korea posters, USSR, bus stops, handmade cards, envelopes with bookmarks, tea bags, coins are always welcome. Anything but generic tourist card, not interested in that, or free advertising cards, erotic or scary, or cards in bad condition. And then she talks about topics you can do as well. And at the bottom she says, an imaginary question if you wanted to answer it. If God lets you turns you into an animal, what animal would you want to be, or would you rather just remain a human? Or would you prefer seeing the future or changing the past? Very thought-provoking questions. The card I chose was this one here, a cheetah, I believe. One, because we were recently at the zoo, as I mentioned, so they were forefront, but she mentions over and over again she likes cats, and it's a big cat. Okay. The next card is going off to Connecticut in the United States, so not too far away from where I am. She is a new person to Postcrossing, only joined up in 2023. She's enthralled by the hobby and excited to participate and make this something of a regular habit. She loves her 2 cats, her small family, and her sanity. The card itself would only be what you want to choose, what you would like. If that puts you on the spot and gives you anxiety, she did list a few things, which is great. Handmade cards: nature, hiking, waterfalls, gardens, clouds, animals like giraffes, praying mantis, donkeys, especially donkeys, and people, candid shots, humor, music of all types. Favorite word is eclectic, so really anything and everything. I'd love to hear about you, your favorite word, your favorite joke, your memory, your favorite song. I love discovering new music, or even what you're doing as you write. Usually as I write, I have a pen on paper, so it's not too exciting, but I do listen to music in the background, so maybe that's what she needs. All right, I chose this one here. She wants nature, she wants hiking. This is our capital once again, Fredericton, New Brunswick, capital of New Brunswick, not capital of Canada. And lots of walking trails and things, beautiful sights if you want to go and explore. So there's a bit of nature for her. All right, the last official card that I have going out is going off to China. And it says, if it's possible, please write the address by Chinese characters, then the postman is more likely to deliver it to the right address. So what I've done and what I have been doing lately is I do printouts of all the official ones, and the address is there. I shrink it down so it fits on the card, and that way she can have it in English and in her Mandarin as well, so that's great. Hopefully it will get there quicker, faster, and in good condition. She says she likes traveling, collects postcards. Her hobby is dance, music, and painting. Loves Asia, especially India, Japan, Taiwan, and China. Well, I guess I'm out in Canada. Says originally from Russia, used to live in Japan, now stay in colorful China. I would be glad to receive a postcard from you. Please tell me something about yourself. I like any kinds of postcards, but my favorites are Indian gods and Indian places, Japanese anime and manga. Big fan of One Piece. We're big fans of One Piece as well. Not reading the manga, but Netflix put out a new live adaptation of the show, and my wife and I watched it and really enjoyed it. So if you haven't seen One Piece or haven't read One Piece or anything like that and are kind of curious into it, check it out. It's entertaining. Also likes Japanese woodblock print, Asian landscapes and city, Chinese wuzhu, and any other kind of martial arts. Oh, no, that can't be wushu. Must be wushu. National dance, like she does Irish dancing and ballet, circus, Harry Potter, people in national clothing, classical music and composers, great scientists, local food from your country, food package, recycled cards, UNESCO sites, figured postcards, and maxi cards. Also loves original stamps. Postcrossing is connection, not only collection, so you can tell me something about your hobby. I love that sentence. Postcrossing is connection, not just collection. Tell me where you live, national food, music, what you listen to, etc. Feel free to decorate your postcards. I really like it. If you prefer to send postcards in an envelope, you can put some additional stuff in, like museum tickets, stickers, beautiful advertising, or a package of your favorite snack. I'll really appreciate it. Not pushy, just enjoy. I am waiting for your stories and postcards. I'm also open to direct swaps. Feel free to write me a message. All right, she wants decorated. She wants stamps. Would like it in both the Chinese characters and in English if we can. So I've gone with this long postcard. It is a fall theme postcard. I know I'm not in Montreal, but my daughter is, so I can send cards from Montreal, can I? So anyways, fall colors, fall leaves. Gives me lots of space on the back to decorate, to put the address, put stamps, and answer some of the questions that she had for me to write about. So that is why I chose that one. All right, let's get into a few of my direct swaps. I am sending one of these cards, so didn't get by the whole video without me talking about it. But one of these is going out, and the reason for that is that I still have a few of them left. So if you're interested in a World Postcard Day card with polo on it and you want to swap, send me a message. Either send it through Instagram, which is great because then you can send your address without it being out there. I wouldn't want you to put your address in the comments of the video for everybody to see. Or you can send me an email. My email is in some of the videos, so it's easily found if you need to. But yeah, Instagram is the best way, or message me and I'll send you my email. Either way, so we can do that. All right, next card. we are going with a bit of a theme here. So there is fall. The colors are starting to come out. I don't find this card does them justice, but it does give you an idea of the different colors that you can find out in New Brunswick this time of year. I've got a City of Toronto card going out. Downtown, you've got the CN Tower there. You've got the Rogers Centre, the old Sky Dome they used to call it, where the Toronto Blue Jays play and many concerts take place. So the largest city in Canada is Toronto. I have this card going on. I like it, one, because it's got some old cars, and I really like old cars, but two, because you've got one colored car in amongst all the rest. Kind of has that pop-out feeling of that I should be looking at this car and maybe not the other ones. Only thing I wish they didn't in the background, see the barns have red on them. If they were black and white too, then that would be the only color. That's what I would have preferred, but that card's going out. Speaking of old cars, we have this one here in someone's man cave or she cave or whatever you want to call it. Someone who enjoys old cars, old gas pumps, and recreating a bit of the old-time garage scene. Today, as I said, is Canadian Thanksgiving. We're probably not eating a lot of chimichangas on Thanksgiving, but people are cooking, so I thought I'd send out this recipe card for someone who enjoys cooking. This nice card of Mahone Bay and all the churches, with the sailboat there in the front too. It's this nice spot in Nova Scotia to go and visit. And there's a nice river down there too. I know a lot of people like to go tubing down that river. How about this one? Canadian maple leaves. I know there's maple leaves in other countries too, but it's our national emblem. So the leaves are changing this time of year, so that one's going out. Speaking of leaves changing, we have this nice moose hanging out with all the colors in the background at the base of the mountains. And then this card of the colors on a nice rural road. And finally, Chateau Frontenac in Quebec City with some of the colors too changing there. So I definitely went with a theme of fall because I know that come next week, there may be a lot less leaves on the trees. The colors may not be as vibrant. I did do a walk in the woods, and I've got a video coming out tomorrow about that. Show you a few of the colors too, and if you just enjoy walking and listening to music, that's what that video is going to be about. A little less than about me talking. So I have those cards to do. I have these cards to send out. If you so desire, you can message me about that. You can also go back into my giveaway video that came out for 1,000 subscribers. Leave your comment with the magical word, the special word that was in that video, and make sure you're a subscriber. Other than that, have a great day. Have a magical week. What follow? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?